All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and let us do the good work for today. Uh, One of the funny things I always witness in the work I do on YouTube is the Muslim comments, and I find it sometimes hilarious. So today we are going to review a comment made by a Muslim woman, and I can tell from her name that she is Turkish. Miss, give me a second. Let us fix the view so we can see the comment. All right. Her name is Miss Diraya Osman. So she is an Ottoman girl. She said the following: in the moment, 2 hours and 2 and 1, I was talking about hypocrites and hypocrisy, how Jesus spoke about those who they are like the Muslims today, who pray in the corners just to make people see them, who go and climb in the top of a taxi and he start praying in the middle of Manhattan just because he want to show everybody that he is praying to Allah. That is the hypocrisy, while Jesus says you go to your closet and you pray. So she said, there are hypocrite people in every religion, not just in Islam. If Muslims do something wrong, then the Muslims are to blame, not Islam. In addition, I have only seen a few Christians who really care about their religion. Muslims are the only ones who really take their holy book and God words seriously and practice it. You cannot. I don't know why she stopped there. Why you cannot what? Not sure. So I said to her, please watch my coming video, which is going to be respond to you, and don't forget to love. You know, the funny that you are coming from Turkey, and Turkey, #1 business there is prostitution, nightclubs. Actually, the Mufti of Turkey, he said something just last month. He said, well, your electricity and your government is covered by nightclub and prostitutions, and that made them many angry from saying the truth. So you are a Turkish and you are talking about, I remember when I was in England, we have 2 Turkish girls who come to our classroom. When they are not there, the classroom have only 8 people. When they are there, our classroom is like 40, and even the teacher, he keep drinking water because their clothes is like a bikini. Their breast is coming out, their short is a bikini, and I don't know what to say. I mean, or you can tell me. So when you speak about Muslims to blame, so why you are saying a few Christians they follow and we Muslims we follow? You Muslims, you don't take your religion seriously, and I will prove it today, easy and fast. In Islam, music is haram. Haram mean unlawful, and the one who play music or listen to music, he will go to hell. How many of you have and listen to music every day? Can you find me one Muslim who don't listen to music? Look what your prophet, he said. That he said that you Muslims, he spoke about the Muslims now, not about Christians. He says, people among my nation will drink wine and call it in other names. And actually, this is exactly what they do in Saudi Arabia. So Muhammad here look like he is, speaking some honesty about what's happening. In Saudi Arabia, they say to you, this is a beer, but without alcohol. It's a beer. What do you mean without alcohol? They drink perfume. They call it perfume, but they drink it as alcohol. So from my people who, my nation, people who drink wine, but they will give it different names. And they play musical instrument. And even they will have singing girls for them. How many of you did not listen to singers? I mean, According to your prophet, if you listen to a singing girls, Allah will make you a monkey and a pig. So how many Muslims based in Muhammad teaching are serious Muslims, and how many Muslims according to Muhammad teaching, not me, Allah will turn them into pigs and monkeys? I think here we need a moment of silence, because I feel sad for the Muslims. If Allah really, if Muhammad is a truthful and this is what will happen, well, Muslims, I feel sorry for you. Here we go. Monkeys and pigs. Who's saying that? Your prophet, not me. I don't call people monkeys and pigs, and I don't believe in such a thing. But your prophet is the one saying that if you listen to music, or listen to musical instrument, or even to singing girls, Allah will make the earth swallow you, and you will come out from the earth again in different shape. A pig and a monkey. I don't know which one you prefer, but you can pick up one. I'm not sure if Allah will give you a choice. Maybe Allah will say, hey, what do you want? We have two choices. You want a pig or a monkey? Which one you choose to be? So when you say that we Muslims, we take Islam seriously, Hamas people listen to music, Al-Qaeda listen to music and watch TV and watch movies, even Osama bin Laden. Actually, if we go and see what all Muslims do today, you will see there's no Muslims left peace Muhammad. Not only that, the one who live between non-Muslims is not a Muslim. Am I making things up? No, this is from the Quran. This is from the Quran, and this is from the Hadith. Muhammad said, and I will show you from the Quran too. The message of Allah, SAWS, is like, this is like a brand, you know, SAWS, like, Lamborghini 500, etc. So Muhammad is the only, he's the SOWS something. Send an expedition, etc. Some people thought sought protection by having rescues to protections, recourse for prostration, and were hastily killed. When the prophet Allah heard say this, he says he ordered half of the blood with to be paid for them, saying, I am not responsible for any Muslim who stay among the polytheists. They said, why, Allah Messenger? He said, their fires should not be visible to one another. Actually, the translation here is a big fat liar. The translator, it doesn't say I am not responsible. He says a Muslim who live between them, he is not of my people. I mean, they lie in translation left and right. Let us see different translator. Hold on. Just to show you, we cannot trust what they say. You know. Here we go. You see the same story, different translator. Look what he said. I am free from every Muslim that he live amongst the adulterers, which mean I wash my hands from him. Not I'm not responsible. There's a huge difference between I am free, I wash my hands from you, if you live between the mushrikeen, and saying I am not responsible. Different hadith. The Messenger of Allah says, any Muslim who stays among the polytheists does not belong to me. I mean, how clear we can make it? So if you are a Muslim and you live in New York, sorry to say to you, you are not a Muslim no more. If you are a Muslim who live in England, you are not a Muslim no more. If you are a Muslim who live in Australia, in Finland, in Denmark, and you are desperate to try to come to Western countries, yet the Christian countries are bad. According to Muhammad, any Muslim who stay among the polytheists, according to Muhammad, we are the polytheists, does not belong to me. So you belong to who? You belong to who? If we go in the Quran, we will find the Quran saying clearly that a Muslim who became a Muslim, he should leave the land of the kuffar. This is Quran. Unless you want to say to me Quran is, you know, chapter 2 verse number 218, and you know, a chapter, let us see chapter 4 verse number 89, because this is a very nice chapter, very beautiful, very peaceful. They desire that you should disbelieve as they have disbelieved, all alike. Therefore take not from among them friends until they flee their homes in Allah's way. Okay, they flee to where? They flee to the land of Muslims. So we cannot take them as a friends, anyone. Even if he claimed to be a Muslim, we cannot take him as a friend unless he flee to the land of Muslims in Allah's way. But if they turn back, which means if they leave Islam, seize them and kill them. And by the way, the Muslim, they say to you, where in the Quran it says you should kill somebody for being apostate? It's in front of you. But if they turn back, then seize them and kill them whenever you find them, and take not from them among them friends or helpers. So according to you, you Muslims are the one who take Islam seriously, but you live in the Islamic countries, or you live in England or in Canada or USA. So here we see the hypocrisy. You Muslims, none of you is a Muslim based on the Quran and based on the Hadith. Unless you want to say to me that your prophet is an idiot, he do not know what he's talking about, and you know Islam better than him. I don't think this is the scenario. Not only that, when a Muslim speak about hypocrisy, I mean, Islam is the biggest cult of hypocrisy, and I will explain to you. Not only you have to immigrate and leave the country which is not Islamic, you cannot take even your families as a friends if they are not Muslims. It is C. The Quran is full of verses saying that you cannot take non-Muslims as a friends. Chapter 3 verse number 28. And here, by the way, awliya is not only friends, protectors. So if you live in a country where the police of this country is not Islamic, you are not a Muslim. Chapter 3 verse number 28. Chapter 5 verse number 51. I mean, by the way, there's many. There's chapter 4 verse number 139, but I'm not reading all of them. All right, like you Muslims cannot take the unbelievers as guardian or friends. Only you can take from the believers. And this is mean you cannot do anything. You cannot live. If your boss at work is a non-Muslim, that means you cannot work. You have to quit. If the police in the country you live in are not Muslims, you have to quit. If the law in the country you live in is not Sharia law, you have to quit. You have to leave. So you are talking about hypocrisy. Do you practice Sharia law in Turkey? Like now you have Erdogan who give us big speeches about Islam in Turkey. This guy is the biggest garbage ever you can imagine. He speak too much about Islam, but he do nothing for Islam. Number one business in Turkey is nightclubs, prostitutions. Is the wine forbidden in Turkey? Is the beer forbidden in Turkey? Is the whiskey is forbidden in Turkey? Is nightclubs are closed? So here we go. We have Islamic party, but nobody in Turkey want Islam. So why you don't have Islam if you are not hypocrite? Who is holding you? The German, the American? So Erdogan, he go and he speak, Alhamdulillah, Aman, Labbi, Aman, Aman, we believe in Allah, Allah, big speeches. But in the ground, the story is different. Who is holding you from from establishing Islamic law in Egypt, or in Algeria, or in Morocco, or in Libya, or in Syria, or in Iraq, or where you don't have it because you are hypocrites. If you really are Muslims, then why you choose a law other than Allah law to be ruling you? In chapter 5 verse number 51, it says it clearly, take not Christians and Jews as friends or protectors. The biggest supporter for Al-Qaeda in the world is the Prince of Qatar, yet he have the biggest base for American in Qatar. The biggest country for Islam in the world, which is supposedly the most holy land for them, is Saudi Arabia. Yet just few days ago, we have more than 700 soldiers, Marines, they landed in Saudi Arabia to protect Saudi Arabia. When Saddam Hussein attacked Kuwait, you Muslims, you came to George Bush kissing his whatever, asking him for protection, but the Quran says take not. Take not Christians and Jews either as a friends or protectors. So where are you? Where are you? The one who protect you is the kuffar. The one who make you safe. Actually, if now USA take their protection from all those Islamic countries, Iran will eat them alive. Iran is a Shia country and they are very powerful compared to those Arab neighbors. We are Arab, we are so good in eating kabsa, rice with meat. That's it. So if Iran go, those are Persian. You know, we are no match for the Persian, everybody knows. So if the Persian attack the Arab, what the Arab will do? They will cry to their mommy, Donald Trump. Few weeks after Trump was elected, Saudi Arabia brought more than 60 king and president, who they are Muslims, to Saudi Arabia so Trump he can school them. They sit in front of him like chickens and he was schooling them. This is exactly what happened. And now all of you live by the mercy of His Majesty. The currency of Turkey go down or up based in a phone call of Trump. Trump he call Erdogan, the currency go up. Trump he get upset, he make a tweet, just a tweet. He don't even fart. It's just a tweet, your currency go down. And 2 tweets of Trump, actually, I remember 2 months ago, make you lose 40% of your currency value. So Islam is not practical, and this is why you Muslims decide to be hypocrite and not to follow Islam. Islam is not practical in every way, in every mean. Are you getting the point why you are not practicing Islam? Musical is haram. Okay, do you have a ring in your phone? Do your phone ring? According to Muhammad, the ring of the phone is the instrument of the devil. You don't believe me? Let me show you. Just type the word music in English, just to show you. I will not use Arabic this time. Okay, music. There we go. The bell is the musical instrument of shaitan, even bell. So if do you have a bell in your home? Do your neighbor use the bell when they come to your house? Well, let me give you the good news. Shaitan is playing with the bell. He is in your home. This is your prophet. So Islam is not only a cult, it is a stupid cult. Muhammad, he put too much, like obstacle in front of you to live, because the whole purpose of Muhammad, those obstacles is to be sure you will not listen to non-Muslims who they will show you how silly and how false Muhammad is. Muhammad in the Quran, he said that if you sit with people and they are, attacking the Quran, leave them until they finish the topic. What? This is when Muhammad, he was not victorious. At that time, it was okay to live between the kuffar. But now he have his land, so why you want to live between the kuffar? So you who live in countries where people they speak against Islam, according to your prophet, you should leave those countries. Chapter 6, verse number 68. So why you stay in the West? Do you watch TV? Watching TV is haram. Is watching TV permitted in Islam, brother? The answer, no. So what do you mean about hypocrites and we Muslims you follow? The founder of Hamas, he have TV. Go in the month of Ramadan. Now we have at the end, like at the last day of Ramadan, supposedly. Go and see what is the movies they play in TV in Ramadan in Muslim countries. Belly dancing, women are naked, drinking, dancing, singing. This is what do you do? And yet you are talking about we are the most people who take our God words seriously. No, you don't. Do you take hair from your face, lady? What was her name? Deria. Do you take hair from your face? Because let me tell you the bad news. If you take hair from your face, according to your prophet, you are cursed by Allah. So you tell me how many Turkish women in Turkey, they don't take hair from their face every day. And not only that, if you put a perfume and you go out of your door, according to Muhammad, you are, excuse my language, not me who says that, you are a whore. So do you take really your religion seriously? I never saw a woman, she don't take hair from her face. So what are you talking about? Can a Muslim, look at this question, and this is the answer, fatwa number 13363. Can a Muslim settle in a kafir countries for the sake of better life? The answer, summary, no. No. The basic principle that it is not a principle for the country permissible for the Muslim to settle among the mushrikeen. That's it. So what are you talking about? I mean, I cannot find one Muslim he practice Islam though. Actually, even ISIS, they are not practicing Islam no more. They are singing, they have a music. Even when they make a video supposedly for Allah, they have a music. When Muhammad, he made it clear that the music is haram. And you are talking about hypocrisy, and we Muslims, we take it seriously. What seriously? You know, if not the shame, I can open YouTube right now and I can type just one word in YouTube, and you will see what we will see. You will be so proud. And let me tell you something. I am coming from the Middle East, where it's ruled by Muslims. The judges are corrupt. The president, the kings, the princes are corrupt. The police are corrupt. Even the guy who you buy vegetable from him is a corrupt. You go to the butcher to buy beef, you find later that it's a donkey meat. And you are talking about we are the most people who take our God words seriously. Maybe this is why I explain why you are corrupt, because you take it seriously. Maybe same time, while Muhammad forbidden people from listening to music and says Allah will make them pigs and monkeys for listening to music, he himself, he have dancers in his house singing for him, for he is hypocrite. While Muhammad, he says you cannot do adultery, Muhammad, he allow Muslim men to sleep with Muslim women for 3 days 3 nights, just a trial. If you like to extend, you can extend. That's nice. I mean, Muhammad, obviously, as they called him in the stupid word today, open-minded. But look how open he is in the minded. To the point, a man and a woman, if they agree to have sex together for 3 days, 3 nights, and here in the Muslim translation, look how they try to cover the shame. They say, any man and woman agree to temporarily marriage. Where is the word marriage in Arabic? Show me to me. Show me the word marriage. Where do you get the word marriage from? أيما رجل وامرأة وافقا فعشرة ما بينهما 3 ليال. There is no marriage. A bunch of liars. So they put the word marriage to cover the shame. Do you practice a 3 days, 3 nights, sex trial, Miss Daria, or you don't? So you know the Muslims always they try to present to us that okay, we are the one who cover ourselves. Okay, we cover ourselves, but the Prophet he ordered Muslim women to give their boobs to strangers, and you have to suckle them. Do you practice that, or you are a hypocrite? You don't want to do it no more. There is a Egyptian host. She was speaking to a sheikh in the public TV. Millions of Egyptian are war. You know, Egypt is like 90 million people. He said to her, this is what the Prophet said. She said, okay, I am working in a studio now. So are you saying to me all those men, the decoration, the studio, the video control, the audio control, all of those men, I have to suckle them from my breast? He said, absolutely. And you can find it in YouTube. He said, sure. She said, so if a woman, she go in the bus or a train, and all those men in the train, in order to sit with them, she have to suckle them all? He said, yes. Why you don't do that? You take your God word seriously? That's really weird. That's absolutely false. Because if you take your God word seriously, then you have to do what the Prophet said. Otherwise, obviously, you are not taking Muhammad teaching seriously. He ordered you to suckle any man who you want to be with in the bus, in the train, or even in your house. Even the mother of the believers, Aisha, she ordered her nieces, let me find the hadith. She ordered her nieces and sisters to suckle men in order to get to her room. Which means if I want to see Aisha and I am a man, I have to go and suckle the boobs of her sister or her nieces, and then I can see Aisha. What do you think? Do you Muslim today practice breastfeeding for anyone when I enter your home? I'm going to visit you tomorrow. I will bring a bunch of guys with me. So we are Muslim women. We don't shake hands, but you can shake our boobs. What is this? And you are telling me we take our God word seriously? And by the way, this was a Quran. This is not only a hadith, but sadly the goat ate the Quran, as you know. I think this goat was sent by Christian Prince. There's a conspiracy behind this goat. She worked for somebody, obviously. So if you want to say to me, oh, this is a fabricated hadith, this was a Quran. Breastfeeding for adult 10 times, not only once. You have to suckle the guy 10 different days, not only like in 5 minutes he put his head in your lap and use. And by the way, what you will suckle him? Like, what do you think women they have? Look, what do you have there? I mean, if a man he put his mouth in your nipples, what he will get? Like, even goats don't have milk all the time. And the women, by the way, Muhammad he ordered her. She didn't have she did not give a birth to a child, so the guy sucking milk. So he's sucking what? He's sucking just nipples. That's sexual, and he's a man. As you see here, the verse of stoning and the breastfeeding an adult 10 times. Does it say an adult, guys, or I'm making things up? The verse, this is Quran, of stoning Forget about the story now. Later we will go back. And breastfeeding an adult. How many times? 10 times. 10 times. I mean, Muhammad, come on. I mean, make it once. Okay, what about 2? 10 times. And the man, he have to finish satisfied, which means 10 times, not only like he put his mouth in his nipple, in your nipple, and he go back tomorrow and he do the same for a minute. No, he have to keep suckling until he cannot do it no more, until he is satisfied. And what does that mean? I mean, since when? And what is the logic of this? If you want to tell me that this will stop temptation, since when, if a man he play with the women breast, he will not be tempted? I mean, this is the most stupid ever statement I can imagine, that somebody claimed that he's coming from God, teaching us decency. He is ordering a man to suckle the nipples of a woman, and that supposedly will make him not to think about her. I would like to see Zakir Naik in the lap of somebody. Imagine Zakir Naik going to the mosque to teach women. So now they have to suckle him all because it's haram. You cannot be with them. Haram. And then if we ask Zakir Naik about this, for sure Zakir Naik, he will get an answer for this, because he is a very smart and he have a very, like, you know, his answer come like in the speed of a wind. So he will say, brother Sitta, they're the person in make breath, and he always make an accusation against Islam. And actually it's very true that the Prophet he ordered women to give and do breastfeeding. And this is very logical, and I will tell you why. As an example, if you see a woman and she is very beautiful, you keep look at her, and she could look at you. I mean, cut the crap. Come get my nipples and suck them until you are satisfied. After that, you will not look no more, because you are done. Thank you very much. This is the reason. Cut the crap, suckle them, get it to the end. Why you want to waste your time? Just go to the end, suckle them. You are looking at my breast. Why you are wasting your time? Why you are staring? Let us do it. So this is the logic. And now after he do it 10 times, he is not interested no more. By the way, Zakir Naik did not say that. Most of the answers I say for you, this is just I create in the moment. I don't think he said that. I just said that. I just made it up. But sometimes actually I copy him for things he say, like why a woman she isn't a prophet, and he said because of her ass. So where is Islam? You bring me a guy who is trying to grow a beard, Zakir Naik. He put all kind of fertilizer in his shin, and nothing is growing. And the second he talk, he spit at everybody. And yet you Muslim, you don't even listen how stupid, how silly his answers is, and like wow, brother, he is so good. So what do you think, Muslims? So we are people who been order women to cover themselves, but our women, they should suckle you. By the way, guys, I'm thinking to go to a suckling trip to Saudi Arabia. Actually, I told you before, I wanted to open a project in the city of sin, Las Vegas. Actually, I want to go to Las Vegas, by the way. Not because I don't do gambling, but the best thing about this city is the food. I mean, do what is right. They have a nice food there. Man, it's very cheap. So I want to open a business in Las Vegas, and I want to call it drive-through breastfeeding. And you can imagine, brother, how much money we will make. But sadly, until now, we did not get any sponsor. Drive-through, I mean, you get a bunch of, you import some, employee who they are following Allah, alhamdulillah. And then, like, let me explain to you. I mean, it's very hard for you to understand my project. I will explain to you. Maybe I can get some sponsor for my project. That's the whole point. Okay. I don't know how many of you is willing to sponsor this project, because it's, I believe it's fantastic project. I don't know. This is what I believe. Okay, so if we go, okay, let us try this. I'm just opening the drawing tool. You know me, I'm very good in drawing. Okay, so if we open a business, brother, we can open like we have a wall, like a drive-through in the side of the building, and we have like open windows like this, you know. I think this is too far, but anyway, I think they have big ones anyway. So and actually even we can make like floors, like floor number 1, floor number 2, people drive, and floor number 2 we have under windows here, like, you know, depend in the size too, like, you know, big size, small size, depend what you like. And then people, they drive their car and they go through the road, which is fantastic. So let us say you are driving your blue Mercedes, all right, and then this is the car. Okay, this is your car, and then you put your head out, and here we have we need to draw the nipples. I mean, my English is funny, sorry guys. They look like pimples, by the way. But anyway, here, so you drive your car, brother, and you know, you go and like you get your needs from Sakhalin, and you finish fast and you go. I mean, and you can do it. We give you a package of 10 times Sakhalin based on the Prophet teaching. This is a prophet of God. It doesn't look like a Mercedes. Yeah, my friend, I wasn't trying to draw a Mercedes. I was trying to draw an elephant. Brother, I have a cross eyes, by the way. According to Imam Ali, if you have sex with your wife in the wrong way, and if you look at her behind, your son will have a cross eyes. I mean, science explained. Islam explain anything you want. So when this lady, she says, you know, hypocrisy and etc. I mean, none of you Muslims are following Islam. None of you. Not only you live between the non-Muslims, you ask them even to pay for your food. Most of them who come as an immigrant, you know, there's a guy in Australia, they have a documentary about him. He have 4 wives illegally, and he have many kids, and he never did a job all his life in Australia for more than 20 years. He is getting paid by the welfare. So not only you live between them, but they feed you. So don't give me this, you know, this fantasy answer. The answer you gave me is just a fantasy, and Islam is not practical. It's a stupid cult. You know, another like, just to show you how stupid this cult is. As an example, Muhammad, he made Hajj. Hajj is to go to visit the Kaaba and to go around it, which is very weird. Okay, so now we go to Hajj, and Muhammad, he said, a Muslim, he have to go at least once in his lifetime. Once in his lifetime. Okay. Now the Muslim, they say, they claim that they are 1.6, and next week there will be 2 billion. Just wait. Yeah, I don't think even they are a billion. I don't think they are even 1 Muslims. If every Muslim have to go once in his lifetime to Mecca, and not only Mecca, to go around this small tiny space, How you can do that? How you can do that? Let us say the average of a Muslim to live is 60 years. So you have 60 years as a maximum opportunity to go and visit the Kaaba once in your lifetime. How you can do that? So if we say anybody is good for you in mathematics, if we say we have 1.6 billion as they claim, and we divide all those to 60 years, what we will have every year should visit Mecca? Somebody can give me the number? If we have 1.6 billion and we divide that to 60 years, this is the maximum. You know, some people might live 70, some people might live 80, but the average, let us say, make it 70 if you want. The Kaaba will not fit even for a 1%. So you will not have a chance or opportunity to visit the Kaaba. So when Muhammad he made those rules, he was talking about a bunch of guys around him, who they are 50, 60 people going around the Kaaba. And now you go to the Kaaba and you die because people they step on you every year. Like this, after many years, and by the help of the American and software and cameras and security, now they were able to organize, and only a few hundreds every year they die when they go around the Kaaba. Because the second you fell down during the Hajj time, you cannot stand up. That's it. People step on you. As you see, look how crowded it is in a small tiny place. So the second you fall down in the ground, you are dead, because the one behind you, he cannot, he don't meant to step on you, but he cannot stop. The waves is pushing, they are going in a circle. Nothing in this cult is practical. How many of you Muslims today believe that if you kiss a black stone, this black stone will forgive your sin? Do you? When the last time you kissed a black stone? How many did drink camel urine as the prophet he ordered? How many of you color your hair red as the prophet he used to do? How many of you, when he clean his private part, he dry his hand in the wall? This is sunnah. Muhammad, each time he do, you know, he dry his hands in the wall. So I'm assuming in the bedroom of Muhammad there is a Picasso painting. How many? So, lady from Turkey, with my respect to your answer, trial, you know, you give it a try, but it's a big time failure. You fail. You see, Christians, like Jesus told them, if you pray, you don't go and make a story of it. Somebody says, so why we go to church, by the way? Like yesterday I was saying what Jesus said, that you go to your closet. The church is not just a place for worship. A church is a place where you share your experience, you share your thought, and we believe in the powerful prayer of a group. So that is different kind of prayer. When you are having a personal relationship with the Lord, you can pray anywhere, anyhow. You can pray driving, you can pray standing, you can pray even when you are washing your dishes. The Lord is not a pagan God who wants you to stand and sit in a certain way. And there's a time to do it. Muhammad, he wanted to occupy the life of the Muslims, so they will not think about anything. You see, there's terrorism. Terrorism is not only in jihad in Islam. Terrorism is terrifying the brain from thinking about something useful. As an example, when Muhammad he told the Muslims, before you enter the bathroom, you have to say certain prayer, otherwise shaitan he will play with your bum. That is terrorism. And I'll explain to you. I terrify you that if you don't say this, somebody will take a screwdriver and he will play with your bum. I mean, your bum, sorry. So now you cannot enter the bathroom unless you say the prayer. So now your brain is occupied even when you want to go to the bathroom. So Muhammad successfully was able to terrify you by his terror fiction that if you don't do this, something wrong will happen to you. So now you are terrified. You are terrified to eat without doing a certain thing, to have sex. Even he said before you have sex you have to say a certain prayer, otherwise shaitan will round himself around the private part of the man. He will be doing the wife, and the son will be the son of shaitan. So now what happened? Everything you do in your life, you have to do some practice, otherwise there is a consequence, which all of it is funny. I mean, I don't mind if Muhammad was saying we have to pray always to God, and this is not the point. The point is he terrify you because he don't want you to think. Because if you think, you get smarter. You will find that Muhammad is a false prophet. So now the first thing in the morning you wake up, you have to stop praying, and then after 2 hours you have to pray again, and then after 3 hours you have to pray again. So the whole day is occupied. Before you go to the bathroom you have to pray, and before you do have sex you have to pray, and even when you shake your private part you have to do it according to Muhammad. So he occupy your day, so you don't have a space or a place to think of what you are doing, if it's right or wrong. So Islam focus in a practice, not in God, and the practice was for a reason, so you will not think, you will not be able to breathe what I should do. There's a video on YouTube, you can search for it, about a Muslim sheikh. He is teaching you, if you don't pray before you go to the bathroom, what shaitan he will do to you. And you will see in the face of this man how much serious he is. Let me see if I can find the video. And you know the funny, when this guy he speak, the Muslim they start laughing. The Muslim they start laughing. And then the guy he said to them, brother, the prophet said, this is hadith, brother, which means don't laugh. That's what the prophet said. So he says in the video, like you think you want to go inside the bathroom for 5 minutes, but then you end sitting there for 20-30 minutes. Because why? Because you try to push it, and I caught him. But the shaitan, he do what? He is pushing it up. So even your poo-poo now is under the threat and the conspiracy of shaitan. Shaitan going inside your anus, not only is playing with it. And you have to believe in this. So the reason Muhammad he put too many rules is just to make you stupid. Don't think. Never ever think. And by the way, the Shia and the Sunni, they are the same thing. I mean, Shia, they have more crazy stuff. As an example, the Shia, you know, if you speak during sex, shaitan will, your son will come born mute. If you look at your wife, this is Shia and Sunni, they share the private part from behind, you know what I'm talking about. Your son might be blind, or even he might be a gay. If you wear a black shoe, your private part will never stand, even if you play the anthem. You have to wear a yellow shoe. So Shia, they have a lot of garbage too. But the whole purpose of those things is just to keep your mind occupied with silly, stupid stuff, so you will not have a chance to think, to be smart. So when you see Muslims doing what they do, first they do to be hypocrite, which means I have to pray because people are watching me. I have to go to the mosque because my neighbor will see I did not go. Actually, in Saudi Arabia, if you don't go to the mosque for 3 days, the police will come to your door and they will question why. If you don't give a logical reason, they will take you to court to question if you left Islam or not. Because why you did not go for 3 days? You have to prove that you are sick, something happened. Ramadan is a different story. We can talk about it in different occasion. But anyway, Muslims are the last one to follow their religion. Even they try to make it sound like they are following the religion. I go to the store, I see a woman wearing hijab, but she is wearing a pant. That is haram. And hijab is haram. You have to wear a veil. Totally a veil, not a hijab. Everything you do is far away from your cult. You see these days women, they are wearing a burkini and they want to swim. That alone is a big shame according to Muhammad. There is no such a thing. So what the Muslims they do, they try to find like a U-turn around their religion so they can do what you do or other people do, but they claim it is different. It's not. It's you know, as an example, there is a halal sex toy stores. Halal what? Halal sex toy stores. And actually this is halal because I can show you the hadith where the Imam explained that a Muslim woman, she can use sex toys and no problem with that. Even she can cut a private part of a animal and use it. I made a video about it before, you can watch it. All right. Look at this answer. A woman, she is asking that she bought a sex toy, a Muslim woman. She bought a sex toy and she want to know. Oh no, this is what? This is that a woman or to? I recently read it in your site that sex toys is a principle, and it was a bit surprise to know the answer. Please clarify. I mean, we are very decent, but sex toys is okay. It's a principle to have sex toys. And if you go, let me search for the store, you know, you can search on Google. There's many stores are halal sex toys. Halal sex toys. I found this one. No, like there's many actually. Halal vibration. What? Exploring an X-rated Muslim sex shop. Yeah, it's complete in total agreement with Sharia law, brother. Yeah, but we Muslims are very, very conservative. So here the Muslims, you know, I mean, you see, Islam, the second, like you see the outside is like a tree, but inside the worm ate it. From outside, you see people wearing white clothes, praying, women covering their hair. But if you go, if you live between them, you will see how much corrupt this society. I never saw corrupt society as Islamic society all my life. And actually, this is one of the reasons I am here in America. Everything is corrupt, but nobody speak about God more than do. Nobody swear by their God more than they do. Nobody mention the name of God more than they do all day long. But they are the most corrupt people ever you can imagine. Actually, even in the Middle East, and you can ask any Muslim, and those who speak Arabic here, the Muslims, they will say to you, they say, eat in the house of a Muslim, but sleep in the house of a Christian, because those the only one who will not betray you, the only one you can trust. Sleep in the house of a Christian, sleep. You can eat different place. You want to have someone you trust who will not kill you when you are dead, sleep. That is the Christians. The Caliphate of Muhammad was killed by Muslims. The grandsons of Muhammad was killed by Muslims. All Muslim leaders was killed by Muslims. Very corrupt. The one who we read his Quran, Uthman, the one who collected the Quran, the Muslims, they cut his head and they play with it belly ball. And not only that, before they killed him, they took the hair of his beard one by one. And not only that, after they killed him, they drag his body in the street. And not only that, they refused to bury him in a grave. And not only that, the one who buried him, they stole his dead body, which is thrown in the road like a dog, and they bury it between the Jewish graves, secretly. That is the truth. If Islam is corrupt since the time of Muhammad and since the time of Uthman and Abu Bakr and etc. Aisha, the wife of Muhammad, she took an army and she caused the death of tens of thousands of Muslims to kill Ali. This is Aisha, the one we say she was a kid, because now she became a woman. She took an army. Imagine, she went all the way to Iraq and she was slaughtering Muslims as a chicken. And then she lost the war, and Ali, he captured her and he sent her back to Mecca. That is Islam. Even in the time of Muhammad, the Muslims accused their prophet that he was a thief and he stole an underwear. So we can tell what kind of a quality the prophet is. What kind of a prophet? He was accused by his followers that he stole an underwear. And this is chapter 3, verse number 161. If you read here the translation, it doesn't say really anything. You know, the first translation. In Arabic it says, وَمَا كَانَ لِنَبِي أَنْ يَغُلْ. يَغُلْ means to steal. To be a steal and a fraud. So the Muslims themselves accuse their prophet to be a fraud. You believe it? If you don't believe me, here we go. Let us open the website of the King of Jordan, which is really hard. I mean, the King of Jordan is from the family of Muhammad, by the way. That explains why he is extremely corrupt. I mean, I never saw a corrupt family as much as this family. And that explains why he claimed that he is from Muhammad family. If you go, by the way, just somebody remind me, we have my book in Spanish, translation for Deception of Allah and Quran and Science. Both are already in Amazon. So if you are a person who speaks Spanish, please tell your friends about it, so they can read it. So we have 2 books already out in Amazon in Spanish. Let us see. Chapter 6, verse number 68. I will put it in the screen in a second. Hold on. Oh, this is, sorry, not 668. This is the mockery one. We should go to chapter 3, sorry, 161. And here we will read the following. And remember, we are going to show you what Muslims they say about the verse. What is the reason for the verse to be mentioned? Read with me carefully, please. When some red velvet cloth went missing in the day of Badr, some of the people began, the Muslims, began to say perhaps the Prophet took it, which means the Prophet, he stole it. This is why the word yaghul, he stole it. So here we have a bunch of thieves, all of them are Muslims, fighting over the theft, because they better. What is better? You know, they are attacking people to steal their money. So when they attack, they have booty. And the booty now, there is something missing from the booty. It's a red velvet, a piece of a clothes. Mostly it's an underwear. At that time, there was not really underwear. Like there's something, it's like a short you wear. You can call it underwear. So this red velvet missing. And who is the one who took it? It is Muhammad. And why the Muslim they say that? Because he have a habit to steal the best of the booty. And look what that says. The Quran says it's not for a prophet to be a fraud, which means the Muslims accuse him to be a fraud. This is what kind of Muslims we are talking about in the time of Muhammad. If this companion, the best of the Muslims, they are accusing their leader, their prophet, that he stolen underwear. So why you're upset from a Christian prince? You Muslims, the best of the Muslims, the companion, are a bunch of thieves accusing the big thief that he stolen underwear, which is already stolen. They are fighting over the theft. And by the way, until now the underwear is missing, because if you read this verse, by the way, look how funny this verse is. This verse saying that the prophet, he did not steal the underwear. Okay, why Allah don't tell us who took it? I mean, we are talking about God. God is talking. So look how silly even the Quran. Somebody says the prophet, he took it. Allah, he sent a message, an angel, and he wrote a Quran from the 7 galaxies all the way down to the earth, which is a small tiny piece of dust, just because of underwear. Allah, he talked because of underwear. And to say what? It's not Muhammad, he took it. What about you tell us who took it? You know what I mean? I mean, imagine I am supposedly God and I want to save the ass of my prophet. So I say to you, it's not him who took it. What about you tell us who took it? That not only will stop him from accusing him, we will get the thief. So what this is blah 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 about? He did not take it. Tell us who took it. Obviously it's Muhammad. Actually this verse confirmed that Muhammad is the one who took it, because if Allah is the one is talking, he should tell us who took it. This verse confirmed that the missing underwear taken by Muhammad. Otherwise, why Allah did not say to us until now the underwear is missing? If you go to the FBI page in Saudi Arabia, there's two things is missing: the goat who ate the Quran, if you remember, and this underwear. And by the way, there's a big reward if you find it, you know, in case. There's a picture for the goat eating the Quran. So it was a nice try from you, Muslima, to talk about hypocrisy, and we Muslims, we follow Islam more than others. We follow our religion. None of you follow Islam, because let us make it a summarize for what we said. A Muslim is not allowed to live in a Muslim countries according to Muhammad. A Muslim is not allowed to listen to music, to watch TV, even to use a phone, even to have a ring, a bell in his house, to have a picture. How many of you Muslims have pictures? The one who have a picture in his house, do you know what Allah will do to him? Allah in the judgment day, he will bring him and he will ask him to breathe into it. Like you will put the picture in front of you, says, okay, bring it to life. Okay, you create a picture. Okay, bring it to life. Okay. And Allah will send you to hell. Severely you will be punished. Do you have a passport? You have a picture. Do you have a phone? The whole phone is pictures. Do you have computer? Are you watching YouTube? Do you watch movies? Do you have a picture for your daughter, your mother, your sister, your wife? It's haram. Allah will punish you severely. Do you play music? Allah will make you a pig if you do so. Right? So, I mean, when they say things to us, it's kind of funny. I mean, what they say. And by the way, here Muhammad, he proved to us again that he's a false prophet, because if you watch a movie or you play a music or you sing, you watch singing girls, Allah will make you a pig and a monkey. Well, how come Allah did not make any of you a pig and a monkey yet? All Muslim worlds are watching TV and watching movies. If Muhammad is truthful that Allah will make you a pig and a monkey if you listen to music, he will make you a pig for listening to music and a monkey. I mean, Islam is really funny. All right. A Muslim is asking, somebody, sorry, and the text is asking about Bilal. Bilal. This is the hadith, my friend. Bilal, the Muslims, they say that Bilal, he was freed by the Prophet. There is nowhere it says that. As you see, this is after the death of Muhammad. Bilal is asking Abu Bakr to free him, because simply the one who bought him is Abu Bakr. He is a property of Abu Bakr. So Bilal, he said to Abu Bakr, if you have bought me for yourself, then keep me for yourself. But if you have bought me for your sake of Allah, then leave me for Allah work. And why the man here, the poor man, is begging for his slave freedom? Anyway, guys, I think we have enough for today. And I'm going to go and listen to some music, hoping that by tomorrow Allah will turn me into a pig or a monkey.